Analysts treat mesothelioma with accuracy medication. Focused on treatment for specific hereditary transformations will prompt noteworthy amendment in movement-free survival for a few growth patients, incorporating those with carcinoma, a late study seems. The examination cluster at Intermountain Accuracy Genetics in St. George, Utah, found that coordinative tumor-related hereditary changes to medications specific to the scrutiny variation from the norm moderates or stops some late-range diseases. Scientists' decision at accuracy resolution. It is a restorative standard that redoes a patient's welfare tailored to their hereditary cosmetics. In no way, for more kind do I feel it is a cure, but within the event that we will remodel growth into a perpetual ill health like polygenic disease, we've created some superb progress, Dr. Derek Haslam, Clinical Restorative Chief for Medical Specialty Administrations at Intermountain Welfare, that manages Exactitude Genetics. There is trust out there currently. Medications for tumors square measure evolving quickly. Researchers used 72 cases somewhere around 2010 and 2015 of patients with different, pathological process diseases. Patients United Nations Agency got the targeted on, accuracy resolution for tumor-head movement-free survival of 22.9 weeks, contrasted with 12 weeks for those obtaining normal therapy. The Diary of Medical Specialty observed distributed the concentrate a month past. Accuracy prescription for late organized malignancies. Specialists simply enclosed patients with innovative, late-arranged diseases, as an example, those of the exocrine gland, colon, bladder, respiratory organ and abdomen. Regarding ADP.C of the patients treated at Intermountain Accuracy Genetics got targeted on treatments. In the carcinoma world, growth ordinarily is gotten within a late stage, sadly, Haslam told Amphibole.com. What's additional, aside from normal therapy, there don't seem to be a lot of decisions. Genetics and exactitude medication can get when these patients. Genomics even as these days has come back to noticeable quality within the battle against tumor, particularly in profiting understanding with uncommon malignancies, as an example, carcinoma. The U.S. Nourishment and Drugs Organization in 2013 supported the use of innovative DNA sequencing in clinical observe. That very same year, the U.S. leading court-dominated human qualities were non-patentable, creating space for brand spanking new advances that altogether diminished the value and expanded the speed of hereditary sequencing. Prior this year, a Brigham and Ladies Sickness Center study in Bentown recognized 10 hereditary changes in carcinoma tumors that were beforehand obscure, the simplest way for novel treatments. Mesothelioma could be a fascinating disorder, Haslam aforesaid. In spite of the actual fact that it isn't traditional, it's a traditional live of changes that square measure important transformations, which implies there's square measure medications out there which will specialize in those specific transformations. Albeit standard of watch over carcinoma still spotlights on surgery, therapy and radiation, oncologists wear square measure increasingly tolerating accuracy medication for growth that objectives DNA transformations as a treatment different. Now, we'd in any case advocate doing first-line medicines that are around a substantial live longer, nevertheless that aforesaid, I will see every day shortly from currently wherever we're not planning to utilize therapy that abundant any further, Haslam aforesaid. The one measure fits all firearm thanks to traumatized sickness care is evolving. Cost of accuracy drug for sickness. The late concentrate likewise investigated the subject of price, once a motivating part discouraging exactitude drug for tumor. Specialists found the important general price was equivalent or not the maximum amount as standard of care treatment. Targeted on treatments incontestable less symptoms than therapy. Less unforeseen excursions to the crisis space and fewer healing center remains. The enlargement in genomic testing labs has pushed the value from cost-restrictive to within reach of diverse purchasers. More cost-effective, more practical tests square measure accessible these days. Nearby oncologists will get to the Intermountain Exactitude Genetics Science Laboratory, a standout amongst the foremost regarded within the nation, through a discussion and center entrance. A tumor diagnostic assay will begin the genomic sequencing. The excellence of this is often the patient does not have to be compelled to come back. See United States, Haslam aforesaid. We succession the tumor and gift the discoveries to our subatomic tumor board, that contains of specialists at numerous foundations. The board then makes specific proposals with regard to what medicines could profit the patient. It's accessible to patients where they live. Clinical trial tests hereditary changes. The National Sickness Organization, NCI, opened a trial as these days that matches tumor-related hereditary changes, paying very little heed to growth kind, with over 20 distinctive medications. The name of the trial is NCI Coordinate, Atomic Investigation for Treatment Decision. A portion of the standard changes square measure and equivalent in numerous diseases, allowing patients to profit by existing medications not already used for carcinoma. We have the capability currently of obtaining the tumor DNA, not the patient's DNA, and characteristic-specific changes within that tumor that cause the expansion to develop, Haslam aforesaid. Furthermore, these medications specialize in these specific transformations. They will fold the replication of those sickness cells, as cells,